We are now going to set up our panels for the side seams. So all I have done so far is connected in the round with a center double decrease, and that's why I have this red marker here. And then I've gone ahead and placed my pink markers for the side panel, but it's not a big deal if you haven't done this yet. We're going to talk about it. So after the second center double decrease, we knit 3, and now this will become our new beginning of the round. If you are using a shorter cord, you can put a marker there. I use a very long cord, and so I do a traveling loop, which marks the beginning of my round. So what I'm going to need to do is knit to 3 stitches before my last center double decrease. And so I'm just going to knit to that area. Now, I have already switched over to my larger needle. I had, after doing some swatching and knitting, I decided for the fingering weight, what I liked best in this yarn was a size 1 for the ribbing, and I moved up to a 3 for the main fabric. Okay. And I've also knit the 3 inches. So I'm just going to keep going. And what you'll see by the time I get over here, this is where my center double decrease is. And that's why I put the marker there. So then I would know when I got to 3 before. Okay. Now, I'm just going to keep going. I think it's nice to see how somebody did the techniques that they put in their pattern, just to see how they did it. Now, if you are not sure how to do a center double decrease, I can show that to you. Okay, we'll just stop right here. We'll take a break. I'll show you the center double decrease. So when I center double decrease, I'm taking, pretend that this is the last stitch from one hem, and we're going to take the first stitch of the next hem. So I'm taking 2 stitches. I'm going to slip as if to knit.
What's going?
Then I'll knit
What's going
1,
now?
and then I'm going to flip
now?
the 2 stitches over, and that's a center double
What's doing
decrease.
now?
And that's my son.
Mama.
What, baby?
What's doing the pond?
Well, we're working on a sweater.
This window.
On a sweater, that's right.
Well,
Okay. So I'm going to keep going. And like I said, the only thing I've done so far is set up I've only put stitch markers where the side panel is, but I haven't actually worked the first repeat. Oh my God. Almost there. So you just knit along, and that's part of what I really like about this design, is that there is enough stockinette to kind of be meditative, but then when you get to the side panel, there's that little bit of interest, and it's the chart is very memorizable. It's only 2 rows and 7 stitches. So, and the only stitch that ever changes, sorry for the noise. The only stitch that ever changes from the 7 stitches is the 4th stitch, the middle stitch. So here I'm going, I'm almost there. Almost there. Now, like I said, I went ahead and put my markers in there because I knew what was coming ahead. I knew I needed those 3 stitches. And so that's also why I like having this stitch where my center double decrease was, so then I know for sure I'm stopping 3 stitches beforehand. So this is where you're going to place your stitch marker 3 stitches before the decrease. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to work that first row of the chart, which is purl 2. Oh, I need a little bit more. There we go. Purl 2. Okay. Knit through the back loop. So I'm going to go through the back loop and pull it through. And since this is row 1, I'm going to knit that 4th stitch. Then I'm going to knit through the back loop again to twist the stitch. Purl 2, slip my marker, and then keep going. And I'm going to continue this all the way until it's time to get to row 2. Now on row 2, in this panel, all the stitches remain exactly the same except that middle stitch. That middle stitch alternates between knitting and then purl, and then knit and then purl, and it's just the same pattern throughout. And that is how I have connected my hems and begun my side seam detail.